This week, we explore the ripple effects of a relationship in which one person decides that they no longer want to be a part of it. In the Banshees of Inisherin. I'm Chad.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Laurent.
And you are listening to episode 94 of We Used to Talk About This at Work. All right, so right off the top of the bat, listeners, please come back on Tuesday when we post our Valentine's episode. It's coming out on the 14th. We list out what the fuck did we do, Matt? We
Our top rom-coms from multiple generations. Decades.
Yes.
From the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s.
Yes, it was a time. So please look out for that on Tuesday. Also, quick to Leslie update. So the Oscars investigated the improprieties with that nomination, and they decided to do nothing. So that seems about white.
So I hope she wins because I root for chaos. So I just can't wait for what social media is going to do. If she does win, that's what I'm here for. I thrive off negativity.
The only thing is it was a good performance.
Right. But you know how people ain't gonna take it like that. They're gonna say she shouldn't have been on there anyway.
That's true. But I want to welcome back Laurent. We haven't had you on the show since June, and it is currently February. So how are you doing, man?
I'm doing terrific. Yourself?
I'm pushing along, man. I mean, doing what I can.
I like your jersey, man. I like that Black Bengals jersey.
Oh, I appreciate a Chiefs fan saying that.
But I'm being honest. I really do like the black one. The black on black.
Does look
I
good.
Like
that. So speaking of games and everything, like what you been doing, man?
I've been started a couple of Madden leagues. I think last time we spoke, we talked about me and my off and on softball career, which I officially have retired from because anything I do athletic, I will keep getting injured. So it's about that time. Maybe I'll push into a front office position or something.
Hey man, it's time to hang up that jersey. See, at least you know when it's time to hang up. Don't be like Tom Brady, try to come back in a couple weeks.
Right.
No, I'll just be strictly wearing other players' jerseys and not my
own. So you're currently not in your own home. Where are you right now?
Vegas, baby.
So are you intending to get COVID again? Because I remember the last time you said you went to Vegas, you got COVID. So fun story. I listened to old episodes when we have a guest come on. So I remember, I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
It's not a thing anymore. Fake news.
That's true.
See, he got that built-in immune system now. Since he already got it, it's fine.
I thought you was gonna say he took an injection of Clorox.
A little bit of Clorox, a little bit of zinc, a little bit of elderberry.
So Vegas?
Yes. I'm having a great time.
Why are you there?
I'm actually coming to see the Pro Bowl. And then when I was waiting, because apparently the flag football game and weightlifting competition is into Sunday, I realized that there's a famous chicken spot 2.5 hours in southern Utah. I can get some chicken wings.
What's the place called?
Zaxby's.
Zaxby's.
Yes, it is mostly 99% only found in the southeastern part of the country, but somebody decided to put one in southern Utah. So I must go, and I went.
Is Zaxby's chicken fingers and buffalo wings?
Pretty much. And
no, I mean, is that what it's called? Because I did a Google search for it, and it said there's one in Missouri, but I don't know if that's the same place.
Could be. We should go.
Well, would you recommend it?
Yes, I would highly recommend it.
Wait,
get
what?
The nuclear sauce on the
side. Okay, I don't know what's happening right now because, like, when I came to my computer before we started this show, and I put my headphones on, you were shitting on that food to Matt. So what is happening right now? Am I being pranked?
It wasn't because the food wasn't good.
Okay. So what did you get?
I got chicken tenders, boneless wings, and regular wings, and toast and fries.
Did you take any pictures?
No.
You one of those normal people that just eat your food?
I'm supposed to like take a picture and put it on the gram.
Or at least for us, so we could have put it on the ground.
We got listeners overseas. They might want to know what some Zaxby's look like.
Right. We got listeners right here that don't know what the hell it look like.
Right.
I'll scroll through my photo library and I'll post it on my Instagram.
Oh, so you did take pictures?
Not recently.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I've eaten there before, and I'm sure I took a picture in my younger days.
All right. Any other highlights from your trip?
No, really. Most of the festivities is looking forward to the Pro Bowl tomorrow. Hopefully, I get some autographs and be a good groupie, and yell out players' names, and maybe they'll ignore me.
Did you watch the skills challenge that they had?
I watched parts of it. The only thing I was saying to myself is like, why do they have these linemen throwing football? Like, where are the quarterbacks?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I was like, what's your I like the idea of them trying something different with the Pro Bowl, with the flag football stuff, and the skills challenge. But when I turned it on, it was like the linemen catching passes and stuff like that, and then they had to catch 2 and 3 at a time, and I'm like, this shit is kind of corny. I was like, this is silly. I don't know what's going on right now.
And then they were playing golf. I thought I was watching the golf channel. I'm like, what's going on here?
Right. So, I mean, I'm going to be checking for this flag football game, but it's kind of like, yeah, I didn't get to see the dodgeball. Maybe that would have been entertaining, but like that catching and then this golf stuff, I don't know. They might have to switch it up and do something different.
Yeah, it was called like longest drive, and I thought it was like a 2-minute drill or something. They were marching down the field, but nope, it's guys with driving on the golf range. Yeah, guys like free golf trip. Let's go to Vegas.
So, who are you rooting for in the Super Bowl?
Not the Chiefs.
Oh, why not? Why not? You're not trying to represent the AFC?
See, that's the fabled college football argument where the SEC claims and roots for teams from the conference. No, there's no conference or divisional pride.
Hey, did you see? That's what Michael Parsons said. He told the Eagles. No, not Michael Parsons. The dude from the Giants told okay, yeah, we're winning for the division.
Yeah, that makes no sense. I don't get it. Like, it's embarrassing that a team. Whatever.
All right, so we're gonna be rooting for the Eagles. Okay, I respect that. Also, I like the color of your background too.
Because it's Chiefs red.
Yeah. Chad, you can jump in on the sports conversation too. Sorry, I feel like I was talking too much.
Oh yeah, the tossing of the old ball, and yes, the scores. I'm all about it, guys. I'm all about it.
He takes us up.
The Super Bowl is next week or the week after?
Next week.
Next week.
Okay. Well,
yeah, next. What's today?
Well, when this posts this weekend.
Yeah, so the following one, yeah, that's what it'll be.
Yeah. Well, go the winner. Okay, go the winner.
I just hope both teams have fun.
Yeah.
Actually, what is the spread?
Actually, Eagles are 2 points. Last time I heard, it was 2 or 3 points. Eagles.
Yeah, it was fluctuate between 1.5 and 2.
Yeah.
So I need to bet on the Eagles, get some of this money.
Fly Eagles fly.
Yep.
All right. You in Vegas, Laurent, put a little bid in for me. I'll get you. Matt, no, I'm not. I got you, man.
I got you.
Matt, what you been up to, dude?
I had time to catch a little bit of stuff. I was able to watch the Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker on Netflix. Are you
Okay.
familiar with this?
There's a documentary.
This is a documentary. Apparently, in 2013, this guy became famous off an interview. And like when I say internet, I mean like internet famous, world famous. They was making memes. And remember back in the day when like a news story would come out, people would like auto tune it and make it into a song and stuff.
Yeah, I
Like
remember that.
that kind of fame, like that kind of famous. But you have no idea anything about this. It was called the Hatchet Wielding Hitchhiker. Neither have I. Like, I have no recollection of this. But basically, what it turned out to be, this hitchhiker was with a guy. The guy rammed into a minority. He got out, and the guy started basically squeezing the life of a woman. So he got out the car, the same car that he was in with the same guy, took his hatchet and started hitting the guy in the head. And right after the story, right after it happened, news reporters interviewed him, and like the way he talked, people just liked him. They said he was charismatic and all this stuff. But it just turns out, long story short, he ended up going to jail because he killed somebody else. That's the point of the documentary. Well, that's not the point of it, but I'm just getting to the thing. But the point was like I thought was interesting is he's homeless. He's a hitchhiker. So when like right after the story broke, they was trying to get his statement on the situation, right? Because only had the video from the news thing, but he's a homeless person, hitchhiker. So they couldn't find him. Long story short, they had investigative reporter, find him because Jimmy Kimmel wanted him to be on his show. So then once the police found out that he was going to be on Jimmy Kimmel, the police showed up there to not arrest him, but take him into custody to finally get his statement because he was a hitchhiker. They couldn't find him.
Right. He didn't have an address.
Right.
Right.
And then, things go down from there. So it's interesting in the sense of I never heard of this, but if you don't need to watch it, I gave you the bullet points. You're good to go. That's what I'm here for. I watch this shit so you don't have to.
Okay. You watch anything else so that we don't have to?
This is kind of a trickier one. I also watched Shotgun Wedding with Jennifer Lopez, right? I was trying to think, is this a good movie or is this a horrible movie? And I kind of landed in between.
Okay.
Well, it's because not a horrible movie. I shouldn't say that. It's not bad. It's fine. It's good. It's a normal rom-com action movie type of thing.
Is it background noise?
Yeah. I mean, you can probably watch it or just put on the background, but they were getting married at this island, and right before the wedding, they start arguing and want to break up, but then pirates come and basically holds the rest of all the families hostage, and they're the only ones who's not there, so they have to work together to defeat the pirates and things like that. And of course, at the end, they stay together.
So, did you see her movie last year, Marry Me?
I did not.
Okay. Did you at least see Lost City with Sandra Bullock?
I did.
So, like, I was wondering, and I actually had this conversation with somebody where, like, last year she had Marry Me come out and it did okay. And Lost City came out around the same time and it did pretty good. And I'm like, should this have come out in the theater? Like, should she have become the new queen of Valentine's? Like, you know how for a time Will Smith was the king of Independence Day?
Mm-hmm. Or 4th of July, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I think so because it's a movie that you can take on a date night and you'll get what you pay for out of it.
Right.
But I just wish, thinking about Lost City, I don't find Jennifer Lopez funny though.
Oh no,
Where Sandra Bullock,
I just
I can
meant
find
like
her
the
funny.
actiony. I meant the action part.
Oh, okay. Okay, but no, it was fine. Side note, like her being whatever age she is,
And she like,
her body, her
She
body's
doesn't
amazing and she's
age.
beautiful, right?
and she
Yeah,
like, let me see. J
I think
Lo
she's.
is 50. How old do you think she is?
Let's say
I say
53.
57.
She's 50. Oh, Laurent. She's
She doesn't
53.
look it though.
She's
53.
53.
Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, she don't look like it. In like, there's this part of the movie where she's in panties and a t-shirt, and it was amazing.
Mm.
But
What's the name of this movie again?
Shotgun wedding.
uh, Shotgun Wedding.
It's a
Oh yeah,
play on
Okay.
words.
I'm paying
right.
attention
Don't worry.
now.
Nah, it's in. Don't worry. That part happens in like the first 10 minutes. You good? You can watch that and
Easy
kind of
day.
breeze through the rest. Yeah.
Got it.
But yeah, if you just want to throw something on, it's all right to put on there.
Okay. I probably won't check it out, but thank you.
See, that's what
I'll
that's what
find
I
a
do.
clip.
So last night, friend of the show, Amy, she took me to go see Six, that musical that Rachel was talking about last week, and it was really good. It was about the six wives of Henry VIII, and like each wife was kind of like based off like a different kind of pop star. Like one was kind of like clearly based off like Ariana Grande. Somebody else was like based off Beyonce, Adele, stuff like that. And so like their specific songs telling their stories were kind of like modeled after like a song, like a kind of song that artist would sing. It was super short. Like, I mean, I'm just trying to think of things that she didn't say, but like it was super short, but like it got in, it got out. It didn't overstay its welcome, you know.
What time? How much time? You say super short.
It was a little bit over an hour.
All right. So as musicals normally, how long do musicals normally run?
Closer to 2 hours because like they'll have like an intermission and stuff, so you can go to the bathroom, and you know it's two acts, so like it end on a cliffhanger and you go to pee and then come back and then it resolve it. But it was just all straight through. It had like a strong concert vibe.
Okay.
Maybe regular movies should have that.
Intermissions.
Yeah, I'm tired of getting up and missing stuff.
Time is it's that old man prostate.
But speaking of musicals, real quick, they have Matilda the musical,
Oh yeah,
and
I
I was
forgot about
like,
that.
oh, I love Matilda the music. I mean, Matilda. Let me see about this Matilda musical, and I watched the trailer of it. This shit pissed me off so fucking much.
Why?
Why are you? Because it was like, like um the fat kid that eats the cake or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But instead of a fat kid eating or certain a fat kid in general, they had I don't want to say a regular sized kid, but a smaller kid. But then they made him have like a gut though, like a fake gut.
How do you
So I'm
know
saying,
how you know it's fake from the trailer?
oh no, if you let me pull it up for you. It's obvious it's a little kid with a gut on him, a belly on him. So
Okay.
why just make him little then? Why'd you have to put him a gut or make him a fat kid? But then they started singing and everything and dancing. I was like,
Man, I haven't seen it, but I've seen like some clips of it. Like there's a sequence where they dancing down a hallway, and I'm like, they fucking getting it.
my son was like, "Ooh, I want to watch this," and I was like, "No, no."
You can't redirect kids like that, Matt.
Hey, he can watch this on his own time. This is my time now, and I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But I tried. I almost gave a musical a shot. Almost.
Yeah, I need to do my research, and I'm gonna find something that we can tiptoe you into.
Hey, I always go back to Dreamgirls. Well, not Dreamgirls. Was it Cadillac Records? Or is that the same thing?
No, those are two different
movies.
things.
But they were
What's the movie with
like,
Eddie Murphy in it?
Dreamgirls.
Okay, Dreamgirls.
They must be.
Yeah, Dreamgirls is actually a musical.
I get those two movies. Yeah.
Right.
Cadillac Records is a movie with music in it.
Oh. I watched one of those. I think I watched Dreamgirls.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy.
The other thing I want to talk about is Hitman World of Assassination. Have you guys played any of those games?
I have not, but I've watched a lot of videos on it on YouTube. I remember one time, I don't know which one it was, but it was kind of like I just went there and like I watched a guy do an hour of the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not the newest one, then it was like the one that came out like 2 or 3, 4 years ago, something kind of new. And I just watched him do it. It was just like I really liked it. I don't know why I never played any of them though.
Yeah, it's like a game. It's kind of like an RPG. Like if you really think about it, because it's like you can kill the targets in so many different ways. The game just is like a whole sandbox. So like you could just run up to the person and shoot them in the face and shoot your way out, or like depending on the situation. Like I was playing some yesterday and today where it was two targets you had to take out, and one of them they were torturing somebody. So I like released the people that they were torturing, and then I like dumped some water in the cage and hooked up some electrodes to it. And so when she came in the room to check on her prisoners, they were gone, and she stepped on the water and electrocuted herself.
Oh damn! So
Oh,
it's that
no.
elaborate where you can do a lot of stuff. Okay,
Yeah, or like there's other ways where you could end up poisoning her like in her food and stuff, like it's a whole bunch of different fun goofy ways that you can like have people killed. Like yeah. Like there's one level where it's basically Knives Out, where there's a murder in a mansion and you can like take out the detective, and you can actually solve the crime, and you can lie and say who you can lie and say somebody did it that didn't do it to get them killed.
oh, damn.
Yeah. So like it's a lot of different fun ways you can kill people. But so they just upgraded the game to I guess it's kind of like a those Demon Soul type games where like you play it, and then like if you fuck up and die, you lose your equipment.
Hmm.
So there's a new mode in it where like they'll dump you in a world, you can't save or anything, and the objectives are different every time you play it. And basically you're trying to kill whoever you got to kill and get out. But if you fuck up, you lose all the equipment that you earned.
And you have to start all over.
Yeah.
So is this a new game or this just an add-on from Hitman 3?
So this is an add-on. They're trying to rejuvenate life into it.
Got you. Okay.
But yeah. But yeah, because I bought Hitman 3 when it came out like 2 years ago. And I haven't really touched it for real until like yesterday.
But that's not a fault of the game, just a fault of you being busy, or you've been like, I don't feel like playing this one.
I mean, I beat the campaign.
Oh, okay.
So, it was a free upgrade. So I came back and I was like, oh, what we got going on here?
Got you.
But all right, Matt, let's you wanted to talk about the state of streaming. And I did research and everything so that I can have an intelligent conversation.
And then Netflix came and put out a new statement that fucked up all my talking points.
Okay, I didn't know that one. I didn't know the having to log in was a specific talking point you have about Netflix.
Well, the general thing is Netflix not sharing, not letting you share your password, and you have to log in once every 30 days.
Yeah, that's the one they got rid of.
Okay. But I like everything I was reading about, or you explain it more in detail, and then I will retort.
Okay, so Netflix, they've been teasing this the last few months, but they're finally starting to integrate it where you can no longer share your passwords. As in, let's say I have a Netflix account and I'm like, hey, Matt, I pay for the Netflix that lets you watch 3 screens at once. Take my password and you can watch Netflix in Japan. And Netflix is saying, no, you need to use that Netflix account in the same house. Don't give that code to your friends or family members that don't live with you. That's for you. If you got a roommate in your home or a boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever, your kids that live in that house with you, that's the only password sharing that we will allow.
How do they track that?
Your IP address.
So, you know, with people traveling, using VPNs and staying in hotels, all this stuff like that, that's
People
where,
travel, yeah.
right, that's where the problems was. And well, before they put out this new statement, I believe that this would have, because they said, correct me if I'm wrong, Chad, but they said that it they tested it, or these tests and all that stuff was for some Latin countries, and it wasn't supposed to come out. That announcement wasn't supposed to come out for the U.S. list users, right?
Right.
But I believe if this goes through, people will stop messing with Netflix. They will drop their accounts and everything.
Yes and no.
What's your no?
Because so it's still on the primary user, right? Whoever is paying for the account. And if like I'm kind of using Netflix and now, you can't use my account anymore, just for example's sake, just because you can't use it anymore, why would I cancel my account?
Okay, yeah, that's true. The original person, yeah. But
No,
then,
but what if the person like y'all both kind of watch it, and the reason why you justify having it is because my friend could watch it too. But if I ain't really on it like that, and y'all been raising the prices, it is maybe I realize I don't really need that streaming service.
I mean, that's a possibility too. Like if it's a situation where like we're splitting it, then yeah, I could see that happening. I agree. Like, but at the end of the day, this is all money stuff, right? Where subscriber growth is stalling. They are having increases in revenue. Like in 2022, they made 31 billion. 2021, they made 29 billion. So there was an increase in revenue. But like the conversation that we continuously have, like they spend so much fucking money. Last year alone, they spent nearly $17 billion on content.
You have more competition. It's good.
And competition is a problem too for them. So it's like, I get why they're doing this. I don't think this is the way, but if they don't get a lot of like people like unsubscribing to Netflix, I could see this going other streamers doing this too.
if
The
they
test, they'll
don't,
be the first out there.
I mean, you're saying that if so say if Netflix does this and if their subscribers don't go down, then you'll see other companies doing this.
I mean, it's gonna go down. It will go down, but if it doesn't go down like a ridiculous amount, I could see other streamers doing this.
Yeah.
But here's the thing also. Matt. You have Apple TV Plus, right?
Correct.
Can I get that password?
No.
Why not?
Because that's hooked up to my Apple shit.
Right. So I understand that Netflix has like built their whole business model over, hey, share that password, but it's like it does work. The model that Apple has created works, and that is what Netflix is going towards.
Then they need to make this model this to where because I think I get it on a business aspect, but I think when you say like, oh, I can't use my account, like I can't use it on a different Wi-Fi, or I have to log in every 30 days.
You can though. Like if you were to go into a hotel and use your Netflix account, you can still use it. You would just get an email saying, hey, somebody tried to log into your account in Las Vegas. And then you would just click the button on the email.
Oh, I get that now.
Right. So it's like, it's just going to be a little annoying shit, but you can still use, as the primary user, it's not going to affect you for real.
because there's no limit. So say if like if I'm a globetrotter like Laurent, right? I use it in San Diego, and then I go to Vegas and I use it. Then the next day later, I'm up in Utah eating chicken. Ain't gonna be no limit of how many times I do this.
It shouldn't be, because if you're the primary user, it's just gonna be annoying. Like if you share your account.
Netflix just need to chill out, man. It was all good. It was all good just a couple of years ago.
But that's the problem. There weren't like 15,000 other streaming services.
Well, hey, just start sending DVDs to people's house then.
My thing is like, oh shit, I'm old. Fuck.
Check your
Lost your train of thought.
Yeah, it's all the way gone.
Well, I mean,
maybe you need an intermission.
But I just want to see how this plays out, because honestly, I've been a Netflix user since back in they had DVDs. But honestly, if they were like, I can't use my something, if I feel some type of way, I will quit Netflix and won't care. Because
Really?
I'm paying for I'm paying for multiple screens and everything. So I remember one time I tried to log onto my shit and somebody else was on my shit, and I was like, oh no. So I'm paying for the full amount. But honestly, I can always find a way to find what I need to watch.
I hear that, and I don't disagree with you, but like I do appreciate the convenience of just like clicking on the thing and it works.
Oh no, that part I will miss, and also just throw on some background noise, throw on some Seinfeld, throw on whatever I need to just because. But I can always move on. I love Netflix, but not like that too, where I won't quit them.
Fuck them, huh?
You're a consumer. You have the power.
Right.
No, I mean, I really wish it wasn't coming to this, but I don't. What do you do with this much competition? And like they're just trying to make sure that they have yachts and stuff, you know?
I get it, but maybe they should do what HBO Max is doing and putting out high quality animation. Speaking of that, Chad, have you seen the last two episodes of Velma?
That's a
Good segue.
that is quite the segue. I did, sadly. We're almost at the finish line. Let's just go, right?
Because at first
these weren't good episodes.
You shared a clip, and I was like, oh man. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm halfway there. Let me watch this too. And like the first 10 minutes of it, I was like, no. But I was like, no, I need to be able to talk about this on the podcast. So I watched it. The one where she becomes a man, I hated that fucking episode.
Because you hate men?
Yes. Yes, I do. I'm always here for our sisters.
That's why we have so many female guests on this podcast.
Mm-hmm. But
that's the
what you talking about?
We believe in equality here, sir.
Yes. We ain't some of those other male-driven podcasts where all they do is talk about what women's need to do. No.
And not even that. They don't mean, they call them females.
Right. See? We here for them to tell us what they want to do.
All right. So the episode where Velma dresses up as a man and experiences male privilege.
Right.
Even though she is a minority.
Right. I think I don't like her self-deprecation. I don't know if I'm using that the right word. I don't like how
beating
I don't like how
hitting us over the head with it.
Right. I don't like
It's
that.
too much.
Like how she always shitting on herself and everything, and the whole like he had a fake mustache. She's like, "Oh, that's my real mustache. I grew that out." I was like, that's supposed to be
Okay.
funny? I was like, what are we doing here?
Mhm.
But like we said, we watched this so you don't have to, and we already on this train. The train's about to stop soon, so we're gonna ride it all the way out.
Yeah.
Is that like a new catchphrase
For
I don't
us
know.
or in general?
for y'all? We watch this so you don't have to.
Yeah, we started doing that. Was
I
that
like
one?
it.
I think did we start that when I watched Blonde, that horrible piece of shit? It's
It's
just
probably it was some gomy shit we was watching that one of us said that, but yeah, it was. Yeah, it's. We should try to
Put it on a shirt.
trademark that real quick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
get that. Put it on a shirt.
Maybe we can put on a T-shirt, and on our 100th episode we can send it out to some listeners or something after they rate, like, and review, and give us 5 stars.
so we
We'll
won't be
pick one.
sending any out then, huh?
All right. Hey,
Uh,
people want to do shit for some free shit.
that's
Well,
true.
maybe we just gotta motivate them.
That's true. Grease the wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah, these 2 episodes were not good, and even though they kind of they worked on like some of the overall mystery stuff, it's just like I don't fucking care.
Right. I mean, yeah, um they filled in some plot holes with the mystery stuff. Um, but yeah, it's not good.
No. But can we talk about something that was good?
Something what? What are you talking about? I don't. Never mind. I don't go there.
Are you watching The Last of Us, Laurent?
I'm watched halfway through the first episode. Unfortunately, I didn't catch up.
You weren't feeling it, or you got busy?
I got busy.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna freely talk about episode 3 because it kind of breaks away from the main story a little bit, so it's not too spoilery. But so episode 3 is, what are their names? Bill and Frank.
Yes.
Yeah, so they were in the game, and in the game they were gay also. So any discourse from people talking about, like, they're just trying to shove diversity down our throats, like, fuck off, because like that's canon. But this took a huge deviation from the game, where we got they filled in a backstory for those 2 characters, because that's not how they died in the game. And I thought it was fine. It was a nice little short film, basically, of
Right.
just a couple during the apocalypse.
Right. It was unexpected, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I like the going 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 into the future, or the present, I should say, starting in the past, going there, because it shows you when it was like 7 years or 6 years or whatever. It gives you a bigger time frame of from when this first started to where we're at now, type of thing.
Yeah.
And it shows you how many years have went by. Yeah, I don't have any problems with this. I kind of enjoyed it. I liked the storytelling of the relationship and how it went. Um, yeah, people just want to hate just to hate.
Right. I mean, gay people exist, so fuck
Right.
off. I will say this, like, Nick Offerman is about to get a fucking Emmy nomination for that.
For that.
Yeah. Like, I saw something online earlier today that was like, he did 7 seasons of excellent work of Parks and Rec, and this is what he's going to get a nomination for.
Exactly. Yep.
So, but yeah, it was well deserved. He acted quite well.
Hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, all right. So we're really moving along here. This week
And I
sorry.
know it's 2 different things, but we do this. What is this? This is the 3rd week in a row now that we always go for some shitty shit to some great shit, because we always transition from Velma to Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just saying. but I think it's good. It cleans the palate as we talk about this.
Oh, yes. All right, so that takes us to this week's review of Banshees of the Inisherin. I hope I'm saying that right.
Call Sonny Larry. Didn't you and he used to be the best of friends?
We're still the best of friends.
No, you're not.
Who says we're not? Sit somewhere else. Now, if I've done something to you, just tell me what I've done to you.
Well, you didn't do anything to me. I just don't like you no more.
You didn't like me yesterday.
So Colin Farrell summed up the story as the disintegration of joy. His character starts the movie like he just won the lottery. He's so happy and content and connected. But by the end, he has turned into someone who believes there is a place for violence in the world and that it doesn't even need to be justified. And he can't find any of the joy that he once had in his life. So Matt, why don't you tell me your thoughts on this movie?
Okay, so it took a turn. There's certain stuff in this movie. Okay, let me start off. I thought I enjoyed this movie. It was a good movie, but it does take turns in this movie when you're like, this happened. So I just thought it was going to be a thing about friendship and him not want to be friends, and they're going to fight through there. There might be some kind of altercation that happened, and that's the reason why he did, or maybe he said something when he was drunk, and they're going to reconcile some deeper meaning or whatever. But when this motherfucker started cutting off his fingers, I was like, what kind of movie is this? So honestly, I think that helped drive the seriousness of it, to where him just be like, I don't like you anymore, different people, but to be like, if you come and talk to me, I'm gonna cut off one of my fingers every fucking time you talk to me. And then for him to go and do it just puts a seriousness on it, which is kind of crazy, but overall,
especially since he's a musician.
Yeah, he's a violinist.
But this is very important to me.
Right. What was your thoughts, Chad?
I like the movie. I don't know. Well, I understand why this movie is like nominated for awards and stuff, because it is that kind of movie. Right. But I did like it, and I don't know, like there's a lot of stuff to it. Like you could apply this to a lot of things, and basically someone close to you in your life saying, hey, I don't want to be a part of your life anymore. And like you not understanding like where this is coming from, like that really connected with me. And it's like, it's not just one thing you did. It's just like the collective whole, right? Of our whole relationship. All these little things add up to where I'm like, actually, I would be a better person if you just weren't part of my life. And it's like, you keep trying to fix something that is just like broken to a point where we can't glue it back together, and you're hurting me, and I'm going to physically show you how you're hurting me by like hurting myself because you won't fuck off. And then it's just like the anger you feel from that you would lash out in almost any kind of fucking way, even lashing out on that person because of how much they rejected you. That resonated with me.
See, that's why we have. See, that's a lot more articulate than what I was going to say.
I don't even want to go.
Why don't you tell us, Laurent? What were your thoughts on this movie?
He's gonna be like, it was all right.
It was straight.
This shit was cool.
Yeah, it was cool, but along the lines of what he was saying, what I broke from it was I would try to like make myself into the characters. If there's some friends or some people that you have in your life that you get to a point where they're keeping you from your goal, and his goal was playing music. He couldn't properly do the music thing because he was dragging him down, sitting in the bar talking about nothing. And like he said, he thought he wasn't that smart. It wasn't that he had any ill will towards him personally. It's just that you're keeping me from my goals, and I need to really show you like how serious I am about, like you're keeping me from that. So he's asking him, he's like, well, are you getting old? Are you sick? And he's like, no, it's just that I don't like you anymore, and it's tough for him to convey without literally like hurting himself to show him like this is this important to me, and
Right.
I have to move on.
Because what's the word they use? Bland, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Because another thing is there was anger, but it was never like anger. They were sure Colin Farrell's character was upset, but what's the other guy's name?
Brendan
Drawing a blank.
Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson. Like they were always talking calm to each other and everything. And then really anger. Well, I guess you have to be angry to cut your fingers off. But like to me, like the anger didn't come until when the donkey got involved. Once he was cutting off his fingers, throwing them at his doorstep, and then he cut off all of his fingers, threw it out there. But his beloved pet, his donkey, ended up choking on the finger and died. So then he walks back to the bar, tells him, "Hey, his donkey, was it Jesse?
Something like that.
Something like that, died. And tomorrow, after church on the Lord's Day, I'm going to go to your house and burn your house down. But take your dog out. Basically, I have no beef with your dog. But if you're in it, I don't care, and I'm going to burn your house down." So the other guy didn't try to stop him or anything else like that. They just accepted that. He left his dog outside and he burned his house down. I guess like once I was thinking about it on like a friendship type level, like they were, and I can see like like the way you explained it. Now I'm taking it as like a husband and wife type of thing, to where you thought everything was good and just out the blue this shit happens. To where, cause I was like, why don't you just be like, all right, fine, find new friends. I know it's hard for them because they was on an island and things like that, and they've probably been
Right.
friends for decades. But like I can see exactly what you're saying, to where you're not just going to be like, fine, I'm just going to leave. You're going to want answers, and yeah, it'll be hard.
Yeah. What do y'all think the Rotten Tomatoes is on this movie?
90 something high, 96
That's
or something.
85.
97.
Mm.
It was really good.
Yeah. All right. So the Banshees of Inisherin marks the third time Colin Farrell and Barry Keegan, the kid that played Dominic, have worked together. The
Oh,
following.
also he was really good too. He was acting really good.
Yeah, I agree. Of the following, which movie did they appear in together? Colin Farrell and that kid. They've worked together 3 times. Were they in Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk together, the Dumbo remake, or the Batman?
Dunkirk.
When was Colin Farrell in the Batman? Oh, no. I remember. Okay. I don't think he was in that one. So I will go with, do you say Dumbo?
Dunkirk, Dumbo, the Batman.
I haven't seen Dumbo, so I'm gonna go with Dumbo.
It was the Batman.
Oh, really? Who was the
Colin
kid?
Farrell was Penguin, and the kid was the Joker.
Oh shit, that's him?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Also, that kid was in Eternals.
That's who?
The one that liked that deaf girl.
That's him?
Yeah, that boy is versatile.
Yeah.
I will say
Bravo.
this. The sister got nominated for an Oscar, and I don't understand why.
No, she was.
She was
I
fine.
don't say. I mean, yeah, I would say she was not barely in it, but she was.
She didn't do anything to like showcase like she I feel like she was just like going with the flow. Like it's not like she was like, I'm not saying like you gotta like stop the movie and like have a monologue. Like I agree that Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson should have gotten nominated for awards, but I feel like she was just like coasting along in this movie. But Inisherin is a fictional place. I'm doing trivia dump. Colin Farrell had several incidents with animals during the shoot. Jenny, the miniature donkey, kicked him while he was hand feeding her. Second, the dog portraying Brendan Gleeson's pet bit him. Thirdly, a horse leading a cart Colin Farrell was on tried to walk them into the ocean. Brendan Gleeson is that was actually him playing the fiddle in the movie. Like he knows how to play it for real.
Oh,
And it is mentioned in the film that the war might end soon. When the film begins, April 1st, 1923, the 11-month long Irish Civil War was less than 2 months away from ending. All right. So that brings us to the end. So thanks for popping on, Laurent. I wanted at least one of our like good friends to be on the show because the episode, the movie was about like a friendship ending, and I'm not saying you guys' friendship's ending, but like a friend should be here. I'm Matt's friend, but that's different. I'm also like his spouse.
and Laurent can't quit me. We've been together for too long.
Mm-hmm.
We in this
Way
for
too
life.
long. Was it,
He knows where the skeletons are buried, right?
Yes, I do.
So thank you so much for listening. Please rate, like, and review our podcast on your platform of choice. If you have any feedback, please email us at weusedtotalkpod@gmail.com. Like our Facebook page, We Used to Talk About This at Work, and follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at We Used to Talk Pod. Follow me on Letterboxd at BOW1213, Matt, Mr. King 0257. Come back next week when we reconvene with our cousin Josh to discuss Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, and also listen to our Valentine's Day bonus episode. Is good shit.
All right, like always, I don't know if this was a good episode. I don't know if it was a bad episode. But whatever you talk about it at work. Thank you for listening.